Chapter 2, The Breaking Point. Nova stared at the camera lens. Her studio felt smaller today, the walls pressing in despite the morning light streaming through the windows. The city hummed below, traffic, voices, the constant pulse of digital metropolis starting another day. She'd been sitting here for 20 minutes, unable to press record. The products lined her desk in perfect rows, serums, moisturizers, that new foundation Lumina wanted her to feature. Each bottle gleamed under the ring light, their labels promising transformation, the same promises she'd made in yesterday's post, and the day before that. Her phone buzzed, a text from her manager. Live stream at noon. Lumina's expecting big numbers. Nova typed back, ready. But her fingers trembled as she set the phone down. She couldn't do this anymore. The thought arrived fully formed, no warning. She stared at her reflection in the dark phone screen. Who was that person? The girl who smiled on cue, who praised products she didn't use, who built her entire life on, what? Clever lighting and perfect angles? Nova stood. She paced to the window, the floor cool beneath her feet. Down below, people moved with purpose, hurrying to work, to meetings, to wherever the algorithm told them to go. She'd been one of them. Still was. Scheduled posts, brand obligations, the endless performance. Yesterday's video had hit 3 million views. The comments flooded in, praise, hearts, people thanking her for the recommendations. They trusted her. They bought what she told them to buy. What if those products were harmful? She'd seen that report last month. Environmental violations at Lumina's manufacturing facility, something about chemical runoff, communities affected. She'd scrolled past it. You couldn't chase every rumor, her manager said. Stay focused on content. But the report wasn't a rumor. It was an investigation by actual journalists, and she'd ignored it because engagement mattered more than truth. Nova pressed her forehead against the window glass, its surface warm from the sun. Her breath fogged the glass in small clouds. This apartment, this beautiful, curated space, had cost her 3 years of constant posting, of brand deals, of saying yes to products she'd never researched. The price wasn't just money, it was pieces of herself, scattered across the internet like breadcrumbs she could never gather back. The studio waited behind her, camera ready, products arranged, script prepared. She could do this. She'd done it 100 times. Nova turned back to her desk. The Lumina serum caught the light, its bottle a study in luxury branding. $30 for 1 ounce of what? She'd never asked, never questioned. Just opened the box, filmed the unboxing, smiled at the camera and sold it. Her laptop sat open on the desk, screen dark. She tapped the trackpad. The browser history showed her recent searches, engagement rates, algorithm optimization, best posting times. Nothing about the products themselves. Nothing about whether they actually worked or whether the company making them deserved anyone's money. Nova pulled up a new search. Lumina Beauty environmental violations. The results loaded. News articles. Court documents. A lawsuit from a town she'd never heard of, claiming chemical contamination in their water supply. Her stomach dropped. She clicked through 3 articles, 4. Each one painted the same picture. A company prioritizing profit over people, cutting corners on safety, lying about their practices. And here she was, their perfect spokesperson, helping them maintain the beautiful lie. The clock on her screen read 11:47. 13 minutes until the live stream. Nova stood again, unable to sit still. The lavender scent from her diffuser hung in the air, that manufactured calm she'd relied on every morning. Her hands found the edge of the desk, gripping it. The marble was cold under her palms, smooth and expensive, and utterly meaningless. Could she really promote another product? Go live in front of thousands of people and pretend everything was fine? Her reflection stared back from the black camera lens. For 3 years, that reflection had smiled on command, had followed the script, had become whatever the brands needed her to be. Nova thought about her grandmother, the woman who'd raised her after her parents died, who'd taught her that truth mattered more than comfort. What would she say if she could see Nova now? Selling products she didn't believe in, promoting companies she hadn't researched, building her success on other people's trust? The thought sat in her chest, heavy and certain. She couldn't do this anymore. But what happened if she stopped? The brand deals would evaporate. The income that paid for this apartment, that supported her grandmother's care facility, that had finally given her financial security after years of struggle. Gone. And the followers. 2 million people who watched her every post. They'd turn on her. She'd seen it happen to other influencers who'd broken rank, who'd criticized brands, or admitted to mistakes. The internet didn't forgive. Nova sat back down in her chair. Her finger hovered over the camera's power button. 11:53. 7 minutes. She could stick to the script, film the promotion, keep her life intact. Nobody had to know about her doubts. The algorithm didn't care about guilt. But she would know. Nova pulled up the live stream app. Her follower count displayed at the top. 2.1 million. The number she'd worked so hard to reach. The validation she'd craved. Was it worth her integrity? The question hung in the air, unanswered. Outside, a car horn blared. Someone shouted. Life in digital metropolis continued, oblivious to her crisis. Nova's hands steadied. The trembling stopped, replaced by something colder. Determination, maybe. Or just exhaustion with her own performance. She opened a new document and started typing. Not the script Lumina had approved. Not the cheerful greeting and product praise her followers expected. The truth. Words poured out. Everything she'd been thinking, feeling, hiding for months. The doubts, the guilt, the realization that she'd become a puppet for brands that didn't care about the people buying their products, that her entire career was built on selling beautiful lies. Nova stopped typing, read what she'd written. If she went live with this, everything would change. Her career, her income, her entire identity as Nova Glows would shatter. The beautiful facade she'd built so carefully would crack beyond repair. But maybe that's what needed to happen. She checked the time. Noon. The live stream notification was already going out to her followers. They'd be waiting, phones in hand, ready for her to appear with another product, another recommendation, another perfect moment in her curated life. Nova positioned herself in front of the camera. No products on the desk, just her and the script she'd written, the one Lumina would never approve. Her finger found the button to go live. She pressed it. The red light blinked on. Thousands of viewers joining by the second. Comments already flooding in. Hellos, hearts, people excited to see what she'd recommend today. Nova looked directly into the camera lens. Hey, everyone. Her voice came out steadier than she'd expected. I'm glad you're here. The chat exploded with enthusiasm. So many people, all of them trusting her. She glanced down at her handwritten notes, the truth she'd finally admitted to herself, the words that would end everything she'd built. Today, Nova paused, her throat tight. I'm going to talk about something really important to me. Her hands gripped the edge of the desk. The marble was still cold, still smooth, still meaningless. I've been thinking a lot about what really matters. The words came slower now, each one a choice, about truth and honesty and the responsibility I have to all of you. The comment stream shifted, confusion mixed with the hearts, people sensing something different. And Nova's voice wavered. She steadied it. I can't stay silent anymore. The words hung between her and the camera. In the chat, the hearts slowed. Questions started appearing. What's wrong, Nova? Are you okay? Where are the products? Nova's hands trembled. She pressed them flat against the desk, forcing them still. Thousands of people watching, waiting, trusting her to deliver whatever came next. She thought about the lawsuit, the contaminated water, the families affected by Lumina's corner cutting, and then she thought about her grandmother, the woman who'd worked 2 jobs to raise her, who'd taught her that doing the right thing wasn't always doing the easy thing. I've made mistakes, Nova said. Her voice was quiet, but steady. Big ones. I've promoted products without researching them, without asking the hard questions, without thinking about who might get hurt. More confusion in the chat. Some hearts, but mostly questions now. Where was this going? Lumina Beauty, the brand that sponsors most of my content, is currently facing a lawsuit for environmental violations, chemical contamination affecting a town's water supply. Nova pulled up the article on her phone, held it to the camera. This is real. This is happening. And I've been helping them sell products while ignoring this. The chat exploded. Shock, disbelief, some anger already surfacing. I'm not here to sell you anything today, Nova continued. I'm here to tell you the truth. The truth is, I don't know if these products are safe. I don't know if the companies making them are ethical. I've been so focused on engagement rates and brand deals that I stopped asking the questions that matter. Her phone lit up with texts. Her manager, probably panicking. Nova silenced it without looking. I'm done pretending. The words came easier now. I'm done smiling at a camera and selling things I haven't verified. I'm done being a spokesperson for companies that prioritize profit over people. A notification flashed across her screen. Lumina Beauty had left the live stream. Good. Let them leave. Some of you are probably angry. You trusted me, and I let you down. That's fair. I'm angry at myself too. Nova looked directly into the lens. But I'm hoping some of you will understand. I'm hoping we can all do better. Ask questions. Research the brands we support. Stop letting influencers, including me, tell us what to buy without questioning their motives. The comment stream was chaos now. Support mixed with fury. People defending her, people calling her a fraud. Nova watched it scroll past, each reaction a piece of her old life crumbling. I don't know what happens next, she said. I'll probably lose sponsors, followers, maybe this whole career, but I'd rather lose all of that than keep lying to you, than keep lying to myself. She glanced at her notes one more time, then set them aside. If you want to follow me through whatever comes next, me figuring out how to be honest, how to use this platform for something that matters, I'd be grateful. But I understand if you don't. I understand if you're done with me. Nova took a breath. The studio was quiet except for the hum of the camera, the distant city noise. Thank you for listening, she said, and I'm sorry it took me this long to tell you the truth. She reached for the button to end the stream. Her finger hovered over it. In the chat, messages flew past, but some stood out. Proud of you, Nova. This took courage. Thank you for being real. Mixed with the criticism, the anger, the confusion, there were people who understood. Not many, but some. Nova pressed the button. The red light blinked off. The stream ended. Silence rushed in to fill the space where thousands of voices had been. She sat back in her chair. Her hands had stopped trembling. The weight on her chest, that constant pressure she'd carried for months, was gone. Her phone lit up. Text after text. Her manager, call me now. Lumina's PR team, contract termination pending legal review. Other brands already distancing themselves. Nova set the phone face down on the desk. Let them panic. Let them scramble. She'd spent 3 years moving at their pace, living by their rules. She was done. Outside, the city continued its rhythm. Digital metropolis where success was measured in followers and likes and engagement rates. She'd been one of its brightest stars. And now she'd just extinguished her own light. But maybe that wasn't the right metaphor. Maybe she hadn't gone dark. Maybe she'd just stopped performing under someone else's spotlight. Nova stood, walked to the window. The sun had climbed higher, washing the city in clear afternoon light. No filter, no golden hour, just honest daylight, showing everything exactly as it was. She pressed her palm against the glass. Warm, real. For the first time in 3 years, she felt like herself. The camera sat on the desk behind her, powered down now, the products still lined up in their perfect rows. Tomorrow she'd pack them up, send them back, clear the desk of everything except what actually mattered. Tonight, she'd deal with the fallout, the angry messages, the lost income, the consequences of choosing truth over comfort. But right now, in this moment, Nova just stood at her window and breathed. Free.